unpack my first sewing projector with me. I had seen so much online about the wonders of sewing projectors, but they seemed quite expensive and I wasn't sure if I was ready to take the plunge. However, when I was taping together all the pages for my wrap skirt pattern, thinking about how I'll probably need to do this a few times while working on the fit, it was the push I needed to finally look into it. So I bought mine on eBay from a refurb seller for about 80 quid. It didn't come with any instructions, so I went with my usual strategy of pushing buttons and waiting to see what happens. It came with a power cable and a cable to connect to an input device. That one with the prongs, I can't remember what it's called, but I had no HDMI cable. Luckily I had a spare one, and with my little laptop multi-tool thing, I was able to connect it to my laptop. My original thought was to stand it on the edge of my table and project it, but it was the wrong orientation. The projector also needed to be further away to make the image sharper, so I thought I'll project it onto the floor. And while this worked, and it did give a clear picture, it just felt like a bit of a faff to set it up, adjust the settings, clear a space on the floor, and calibrate it each time. And the main reason for doing this was to make the whole pattern cutting process quicker. It was time for changing rooms. I rearranged my sewing room so that I could put the projector on top of this shelf and project straight onto my cutting table. Much better. I played around with the settings on the pattern projector website, an absolute must have, and I was able to increase the line weight, which made it much easier to see the pattern in front of the grid. I'm not sure if you can turn the background grid off. I couldn't see a setting that would let me do that. If anyone knows how, please let me know. Now it was time to finally cut something out. I'm generally not a fan of a rotary cutter. I'm not sure if it's just the way I'm using it, but I find that even with a new blade, I can't get clean cuts that go through every layer of fabric. There's always little bits that are left and I have to go back over them. So I traced off a piece instead with some tailor's chalk, and this allowed me to use my trusty scissors. I decided to give my rotary cutter another go. With the second piece I cut out, I remembered to use some pattern weights. And while that helped a bit, I still wasn't that happy with how clean the cut was. So if anyone's got any tips for using a rotary cutter, I'm all ears.